Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Contest of Speed Tier 2. We are live from Budapest, Hungary for round 8 of the Contest of Speed Championship. My name is Dan. I'll be your second commentator this evening because due to technical issues, the man who is hosting this stream right now and will be leading when the race starts is Matt. And we're still together, don't worry. But yeah, we've sorted out our audio problems, we hope.
I see you've had it. I'm in charge now.
Well, I think if I didn't know you better, I'd say you've done this on purpose.
No, not at all. Don't want to steal the glory. Why would I want to do that?
Well, it's true.
Lost for words. See.
Well, yeah.
Oh.
So let's do some housekeeping then at the start here. So drivers missing. Minerik is the only absentee tonight in the Red Bull that we were expecting. Do we have OG Tennis Freak back in the Ferrari? He's returning to Cos after a season away. Last seen in Tier 3, but he's been practicing in the meantime and he's coming back. And he's taking the seat that, taking Tier 2's rotation seat that is Ferrari's second car.
I suggest there's rain about. If they've taken that long, that looks like a hybrid kind of setup people have had to go with.
It does indeed.
It's quite worrying how long. 90 seconds into the session, and oh no, dry the way. The report's coming from the Red Bull garage. Can't believe it's dry in a Tier 2 race. Unbelievable.
Well,
For 3 weeks.
I'm happy for that, and then it's not. In Tier, I'm happy it's not raining in Tier 2, but it is in Tier. That isn't in Tier 3 either. As much as I want it to rain.
I'm gonna put my apologies out. I apologise if there's a black screen in the top left-hand corner. I forgot to turn them off. Oh well. Never mind.
Yeah. We can forgive you for your first one.
It's not often that happens, right? Let's have a look out on track. It is going to be.
Mark is your first man.
Mark is my first man. Let's have a look. There he is. Let's put the tyres on because everyone wants to see the tyres.
Yeah, they do. Good evening, everybody. Connell, Blades, Titchy, the first 3 to comment in the chat. It's nice to have you all with us as always.
Interesting race yesterday, Danny. Would you agree? That was it got hectic.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay,
I got snaked out by my wheel.
Okay.
No, I'll talk about it. It was interesting yesterday. Dramatic, especially the last couple of laps, I think. You managed to snatch yourself a podium on penalties at the end. Yep. From P8, was it, on track? It
was. Another 2-lap shootout. Not the first time that's happened in Tier 3 this season.
Yeah. Yeah, I was running in P8 behind the safety car and my wheel turned off, so I went straight into a wall. And that was my race done, fortunately.
Oh dear.
Yeah, wasn't fun.
I mean, the reaction was quality.
Yeah, it was, yeah. I was on for a good result as well.
It reminded me of Michael at the office, I thought.
Yeah. No! No!
Please, no!
Yeah. But... yeah. Confirmation in the chat from the Mercedes garage via Fruitful that it is dry all the way. And
the same in the McLaren garage. So everyone's got the same weather systems, which is nice. Mark is going to complete the first lap this evening, and it is 1:18.7.
Solid start on the hard tyre. Good evening, Jordan. Good evening, Fruit. Robert, good evening.
Don't think that'll be the tyre of choice though. Our test freak responds.
18.4 for him.
I know Thomas wants it as well. Beautiful. So let's pop down to
Big Slater comes straight in there, 17.3.
It should be Crowan that is there, rounding the last corner on the soft tyre already. And he's gonna break him back out of it. Smart decision.
Jamie's backed out of his lap, but he's going to have to be careful. He's got a Williams and a Racing Point closing him down.
Yep.
Wisey Boy in the Racing Point's actually gone out on the soft tyre.
Surprising, I would say, but unless he does what Crowan's just done, then it should be all good. So on board with Roz, a tight and twisty section through sector 1, then you need to try and get a good run up to turn 4, which is one of the worst corners on the calendar. I hate it.
I love it. I love it.
With a passion. You can't cut the inside, you can't cut the outside. So you have to find the perfect line every time.
Wisey Boy does a 19.3, so it's a tester lap for him on the soft tyre.
Snaky section of sector 2, which is quite hard to follow yesterday on heavy fuel through there.
Yep. As I found out to my cost. We've got Williams running wide.
Just getting out of the way, I think. Because
I'll get out of the way.
Which is ride on board and watch Rosa finish his lap. It's been tidy, but nothing spectacular by the looks of things. Nice little banker, and puts him 1:17.9, so about where we saw the times yesterday.
Just seen Roland come around the final corner. He's gone for a slow lap, and he's now, I believe, going to go again. No, he's still going to go for another recharge lap, so we'll come back to him.
The other... I was just about to go on board with him, just missed it. Dynamo, 19.4. Charlie is in the pits. Mark.
Dynamo's going again.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I'll stay on board.
Okay. Mark is... Don't know why he's going again. He's not got enough ERS, so let's go on to the next adjudicator. That is Tennis Freak. Tennis Freak improves and goes to 1:17.8.
Dynamo's just set the fastest first sector of anybody so far. Didn't quite have the grip through the chicane, got the line a little bit wrong, but he's still on for a good time.
That is a
McLaren. That's the 2-spell, Wizards McLaren.
Let's go and have a look. I can't. Why is it doing that? There you go. I'm going to go on
this
board
could
with
be
Thomas.
A monster lap from Dynamo here.
Well,
2
he's
corners
coming
to go.
Yeah, let's have a look and see how he's doing. Wow, 1.6 seconds up.
Lost a little bit of time on the penultimate corner with the back end stepping out, but he should be able to make that back up. No, he lost it all in that sector. He was 1.7 up at the second sector split, and then managed to hold that through sector 3. So
Thomas has invalidated. Lewis is on the hard tyre. Let's see what they've got fitted. That'll be better. So will Thomas look to try and get back on the top step this week? Danny, what do you think?
I think it's going to be tough for him. I really do. Generally speaking here, you want to qualify in the top 5 unless you're going for the alternative strategy, or one of the alternate strategies. There's 3 or 4 that are viable depending on certain conditions. If the guys at the front end up qualifying on the mediums or the hards, that's Roland going at what I believe is now known as...
Well, Stumpy or Titchy Corner. Stumpy Corner. They both did it yesterday and this week.
I did as well, didn't I? I'm on board with Mark at the moment. Charlie even, sorry.
Rosa goes up to 2nd.
Yeah, good lap from Ethan there. Roland's car is in the middle of the track. It could not be in a worse position
going. And Thomas is just about to start his lap. Currently in 4th place. They're all having a couple goes on the hards. I think that's what some people decided to do yesterday. We've got another one in the wall. I think it's a Haas of some description. It is Faxland.
Oh, Lewis has gone at turn 4.
No! As Dracer goes fastest. So just goes through. Goes fastest on the mediums, so the first man to put a relatively competitive lap on the mediums in first, and Slater
with a monstrous lap time, 17 and the 111 on a hard tyre.
See if we've got anyone else on a lap. Let's see what Charlie's up to. Charlie's invalidated. Thomas has invalidated, but he's going again. So we're right on board as everyone seems to have made their first competitive runs halfway through the session. Just over halfway.
Stumpy, I think it's because of the 4 spins you had there in a practice race. That's why it's been given that name.
It wasn't me. Don't shoot the messenger. I've heard rumours, that was all.
You're right, Titch, it does take skill there.
Oh, and he's invalidated again. Oh dear.
Got wisey by putting in a fair stint on these soft tyres. Still coming around to finish his 5th lap.
Yes, I think he's just seeing what they're going to be like.
I mean, he was late to the session, so he might be using this as a bit of a warm-up.
I think that's the thing, though. At least he's set a time. I think some of the guys yesterday were leaving it to basically a one-shot quali, and you don't really want to be doing it around this track in particular.
No.
Although, who's behind him? We've got Tennis Freak, I think, behind. Who's on his out lap? So 5 guys haven't set... 6 guys, sorry. No, 5 guys, because there's only 19 today. 5 guys haven't set a time yet.
Thomas is coming into the pits, so we'll see what he goes back out on. Ferrari Thomas living up to his reputation there. 10% ERS remaining, and he's still pushing hard. He needs to get back to the pit stop. Yeah.
Yeah, but typical Dutchman, if I've ever seen it. It's always... It's not saying they're bad on DRS, it just happens to be... every time we go on board, it happens to be them. With nothing left.
I think Jamie might have lost it at Stumpy Corner.
Possibly, isn't it?
He might have just been letting down through, though.
I think he was.
The fastest middle sector so far.
Yes, he has. And just on board. Got a little bit of ERS left, actually, which is, you need it to get that punch out the corner. A lot of guys running with no ERS left. 17.2.
Good lap and down.
What was What was the fastest lap yesterday on the mediums? Do you remember?
I can't, no. Oh, Ricky's raided the stream. Good man. Welcome everyone from Ricky's channel. We hope you enjoy yourself while you're here.
And our further congratulations to Ricky for his first victory first victory in a while, first podium for a while. So he'll be happy.
He will.
So Mark on the mediums, currently a couple attempts up. So it'd be interesting. I think if you start on the mediums, you really open yourself up to many strategies, which kind of helps. There is probably going to be an early VSC or early safety car.
You would assume so.
I think the safety car came out the one that was the big influence was the one that came out about halfway yesterday.
The chap saying 16.6 or 16.5 for the mediums.
That is heard. Faxton goes fastest. We're just finishing our lap on board here with Mark. Slowly making his time up. He's probably going to be around the Rosa range. That goes quicker. Fits himself in between Dracer and Slater somehow.
Yeah. Cheeky little 600ths to find a gap in, and he's slotted it in there nicely. The Wizard coming back into the pits. He'll have to do a quick turn.
I was just seeing how Dom Ammo was doing. He somehow saved it from hitting the wall on turn 4.
Stays out of the way of his teammate well there.
Go on board with his teammate. See if he's affected his lap. He's still going to push. I've seen different lines these guys have been taking through the chicane. Some not taking the second part of the curve, some running over it. And Rosa has gone purple sector 2, so fastest for purple sector 2. He's half a second up, so he's going to squeak into the 16s as it stands.
So you're watching Rosa, I'm watching Ferrari. Thomas, fastest lap for
16.7.
Rosa. Great finish there to the lap. Yeah, I'm on board with Thomas in the Ferrari, just coming through sector 2 now into the S's. He was 3.5 tenths up through sector 1.
Took a bit of the grass there as well. I don't know if you saw that. Tricky corner, isn't it, that one? I think depends how much curb you take, but doesn't seem to affect him. 7 tenths up.
7.5. Yep. On track to match Faxland at the moment, maybe pushing Rosa for pole position. Takes pole.
Just
By
4
4,000.
thousandths. We've seen that before.
We have not quite the limbs of 5 thousandths, but it'll do.
Oh, Donamo's lost it again.
Turn 4.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, he's going to struggle to. Yeah, that could be quality over.
He's going to have to, as long as he's not lost front wing.
He's lost front wing. That is qualifying over for Donamo.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Gonna have a lot of work to do.
Like Fallen. Fallen just finished his lap this week, his first lap, and probably only lap. You maybe have to have a recharge lap. 17.8 on the hard tyre. So just Charlie and Thomas. So
on board with Thomas, he's gone fastest in sector 1.
And Charlie's got front wing damage as well. So Charlie probably could be finishing as the last runner. We'll go on board with the championship leader.
It's a solid lap so far. Sector 2 split. Purple again.
Only flash purple though, so that's just it wasn't outright
That's
quickest.
PB. Sector 1 was fastest overall. Stayed for quite a while.
Takes a wide line.
He's going to have another go at this, I think. Arbar, meanwhile, sticks it on pole, 16.5. Thomas in second place with a 16.6.
What gets out the way? Who else we got?
And no, Thomas, that's it for him.
Try and look for a Williams.
Fallen's done as well.
Yep.
Didn't want to qualify in anything other than the hards.
Lewis is going again. By the looks of things.
Yes.
And he's up straight away.
So I think Lewis will be looking probably to get around the mid-17s.
Let's see if we've got any other guys that are finishing up.
Tennis freak, I think he's on a lap.
Tennis Freak is on a lap. Let's go on board with Tennis Freak then.
Lewis 9 tenths up through sector 2.
We go to Lewis first. We'll watch Lewis and then we got Tennis Freak just behind.
I'm going to jump across to Big Slater because I've had calls from the chat that he is on his final run.
Just a 17.3 and Tennis Freak goes to 6th. Where is Big Slater? There he is.
He's 4 tenths up through sector 2.
So can he get ahead of Thomas and possibly Nick Pole? Yeah, he does. Beats Arba.
Yes, he can. Half a tenth in it. Baxter, meanwhile, he's going on the softs. He's going for pole position.
I've got Rosa in front. Rosa's up first, so we'll have a look at, because he's going to at the moment sneak ahead of possibly both the Thomases. Drives to the line, he does.
Here
goes back to Faxland. Faxland goes pole.
16-2.
That was expected.
Mark's the next man.
No,
he's on softs, but he's bailed out. Happy in P11. So there we have it.
Nice little flourish towards the end. Nice little flourish.
Yeah. Faxland taking his first pole in contest of speed. I don't know about you. This mirrors a certain scenario that we had a couple of seasons ago, with one man at the front on the soft tyre, the rest on mediums.
Yes, it does. Although there was exceptional let's try that again. Exceptional circumstances that occurred during that race.
There was for the finish, yes, but we'll see how we go. Vaxon then on pole position, soft tyres for him with a time of 1:16.2. Big Slater behind him in second place with R-Bar in third. Rosa, great qualifying for him into fourth place. Making moves there for Renault with Donamo spinning out a couple of times at turn 4. The two Thomases take up row 3 on the grid. Mercedes and Ferrari respectively. Dan Robo in P7, Tennis Freak on his return to Kos in P8, Wisey Boy P9, and the two-spell Wizard rounds out the top 10. Those guys will be forced to start on the tyres they qualified on. It's mediums for the majority, with Faxon the one exception.
Some good results there from qualifying for certain individuals. I think Tennis Freak would be more than happy with his returning debut and his performance.
He will be. We'll see how he gets on in the race though, we've seen this before. We're up to 50 viewers, welcome, welcome one and all.
Now I don't know if tonight's race is going to follow a general trend that we've seen this season of the top 3 or 4 guys that have been involved in the championship scrap, and then a battle for about 4th downwards.
F1 PS4, thank you for following. You have okay, I will have a look at Discord in a second, thank you. Right, I think we might have telemetry.
Potentially, Robert, with that, something we're going to discuss. Obviously, new game next season, so I think the idea is to have a few pace tests, because I think we're not going to start straight away. I think we've got like a 3-week gap we're talking about.
We normally go for 3 weeks. That's the initial threshold we go for.
Just to make sure
the game is ready, we'll do it, and if not,
because ideally, if it's got league features, we want to start using that and see if they work, which we tried to the start of this year and it didn't really work out. But yes, there'll be some pace tests, so you'll see a lot of changes between tier 2 and tier 3. I think we've discussed this many a time, that the top off of tier 2 is kind of like top off of tier 3 is like a tier 2.5 type thing.
Yeah, but it's the same with all the tiers, isn't it? Top half of tier 2 is often a tier 1.5.
But I think it's probably the best it's been in terms of how close it is.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's definitely the best racing we've had, or that we've seen, I think, from both tiers.
I think tier 3 in particular is not. I don't think you can predict who could win a race. Unlike Cookie last year, where it's like it's probably going to be Cookie, unless it's one of his rubbish tracks.
There's probably 8 guys you could call winning on any given day.
I think tier 2 is very much the same. We've seen some of the guys mix it up with Thomas, and Thomas is probably an ex tier 1 driver, and the fact that they've been able to mix it in with him so far this season proves testament to how competitive tier 2 is as well. So Mark Dracer, Dynamo, Fallen and Profodus on the hards, Danny.
Ooh, interesting.
Yes, I would say so. It wouldn't be my tyre of choice. No.
But what it does mean though is that if there is an early safety car or an early VSC, they can 2-stop on mediums, whereas the other guys will have to use another compound at some point.
I was trying to work out if the safety car and VSC helped the soft guys yesterday. You
I
won.
mean, the first one did, and then the first full safety car helped. After that, I don't really know.
I
I don't
mean,
think it did.
Slater, if you don't mind just speeding up just a bit. Just a touch. Because Faxon obviously doesn't want to hang about.
Not on those tyres. Plus, there is a rule of 10 car lengths, and Slater is well outside that at the moment. He needs to catch up sharpish.
I need to stop doing that. I'm sorry.
What were you scrolling with R2?
Yeah. Everyone's gonna like, I can't handle it. Stumpy's gone with an early prediction. He's gone Thomas, the Mercedes Thomas, Slater, and the Ferrari Thomas. And Slater, Arbar, and Rosa from Blaze. That's interesting.
Oh, we've got a McLaren.
That was very strange.
Taking a very tight angle there with the burnout. Thought we were going to have Steve incident where he ended up starting the race in the wall. Let's get ready to rumble then.
3, 4, 5 lights.
We wait for the glitch.
Oh, I was hoping we could have it 2 weeks from 2.
Maybe.
And away we go.
Never. Faxon then will of course get a great start on those tyres. Arbar, brilliant one. He's going to have a go.
Yep.
To go off the Flaxland into turn 1.
Watching out for Thomas on the inside. Rosberg's got squeezed. And
Arbar and Faxon side by side, but the soft tyres giving him the drive out of the corner.
We are chopping and changing further down. Oh, Bruno's gone massively out of shape. That's Rosa.
They've all made it through turn 3 successfully.
Turn 4 is going to be quite difficult. Got to be careful. Side by side was Tennis Freak and Wisey. We were through turn 4. That was a bit brave from both of them.
Tracer and Jamie battling further down the field.
Yes, we have. They have just.
And we've got a spinning Ferrari.
That's Tennis Freak. Now, will this trigger?
Charlie and Crowan with him. They're all okay, so I think we'll be good. I'll have a look for damage. Charlie's okay. Tennis Freak is okay.
I think he just about saved it.
And Crowan's okay as well.
I think he went with the side of the car into the barrier, so he managed to get away. So Faxon needs to punch in the first couple of laps and get out of DRS, otherwise it's going to be very difficult to defend.
Yes, it is indeed.
Everyone, let's have a look at the positions quick. Who was the biggest mover? Matt, that's the wrong telemetry thing. That's the one. So up 1, 2, down 2. So not massive movers, but Faxon defending from Arbar. It's not what you thought you'd be doing on the soft tyres after the first lap or so, but Arbar seems to be in a good rhythm and good pace early on.
Don almost stopped one down the inside of Dracer at turn 2 to get himself up to 13th.
Don Hammer's going to have to try and bridge that gap now. He's 1.3 seconds behind. Arbar takes a better line through the chicane. Let's have a look. Slater got very close there.
Yeah, he did. If I'm Faxon now, I'm thinking about stopping because those tyres are going to be overheating.
Yep.
And he's not got the advantage he would have wanted, so he wants to minimise the loss of time he's going to get on those tyres.
I don't know, Ricky. Someone said that yesterday. Why would you start on the softs? I don't know, maybe.
I did it, Ricky, and it would have worked out for me if I'd not been an absolute weapon.
I would say
Twice.
a bit braver. Slater got a great slipstream. Oh, he's just pulled out too early. And Charlie, fastest lap, so... Oh, Tennis Freak fastest lap, just. Looks like Thomas just shaping for a move up on Arbar. Faxon's got a little bit of breathing room, not much though. Arbar runs wide. Oh, very close. As all the drivers just settling down just a touch. We've got a front three. Thomas obviously keen to get a move on. by the looks of things. I like that.
Stumboard is down in P7 at the moment. He's happy to sit where he is. He's in a good position. He's running well.
I think it's the couple of guys behind him. It's the likes of the two spells and the Mark. So just got to be careful. Mark up to 10th on the hard
the lead hard tire runner.
Thomas so close there to the back of Arbar.
We're about to enter lap 3, so DRS will be enabled.
So Faxon stays out again. I reckon it'll be this lap. It can't be much longer. And Arbar pulls to the outside. Sweeps around the outside of Faxon. Thomas is going to try and go down the inside, which is now going to be...
Faxon defends it well. Locks up though.
Yep. Just watching these three guys just battle early on. Would like to try and head further down, but don't want to miss the action. Charlie's got past Crowan.
I was going to say we've got a battle down the back of the grid between Crowan, Charlie and Profodas.
Let's just switch to it then. So Charlie's made his way up from the back of the grid. Faxon is more importantly out of that.
Yeah, Thomas needs to get past him, and he needs to get past him now. It's 1.1 seconds clear already.
Oh, locks up from Faxon. Thomas got past him in a very unusual place. Slater's got to treat that Haas like a back end of a donkey. It's got no grip left. Stays out again.
Yeah. Is he going for the one stop to hards, do you think? Or is he acting maybe like a break for Tracer on the hards?
Personally, from what we saw yesterday, it was what's worth it. Oh, Slater dives it down the inside, sticks his nose there. Trying to force Faxon to go deeper. They're all queuing up. They've got to be careful. Oh, they're ghosting within each other. That's a scary prospect.
Yeah.
Oh, Thomas sweeps around the outside. Great opportunistic driving. Charlie's got past Roland, and that's into turn 3.
They're battling all the way down the main straight there.
Yep. Those 16th downwards need to be aware not to get cut adrift from everyone else. So we're just going to keep an eye on what has become the Faxon train. Everyone has seemed to book their tickets early.
Jamie side by side into the S's. Lewis ends up having to back out of that. So he went for the move. I think Jamie's got ahead of him though.
Jamie has got ahead. Slater's left the session. That's not good. That's not good at all.
Big Slater.
Oh, he's just, and look, he's dropping down the field.
Yeah, I hope we can get back in.
Let's go on board. Thomas has managed to cut that gap down out front to under a second. It's now the other Thomas. Faxon's going to run it deep with the switchback. It's a move I pulled off yesterday. It's a beautiful move when it happens.
Rosa, meanwhile, outside of DRS himself.
Here we go, Danny Rick style. Round the outside. And gets the move done.
Faxon is certainly no ERS remaining whatsoever. He's defending for his life. I wonder how long he's planning on taking them.
I would hope this lap, please. Just watching. So there is a gap. I say there's a gap, there's not much of one. 9th downwards. Because Mark is on the hards, so the guys on the mediums open, leave their strategy open. And we don't know yet if they're going to go medium to hards or medium soft, or medium soft medium, who knows. But I don't know about you, I would expect most people to go to the one stop at this stage because it's quite difficult to overtake.
I would expect the same. The fact we've still got a full 19 runners is impressive.
Yep. So Mark just stays in DRS. That's going to help him with the attack of Jamie. So Jamie's just going to have to sit and wait another lap. Meanwhile, out front, as that gap has come down.
We'll wait and see what happens there. We're starting to get towards the point where.
Oh, yellow flag,
the hard
sector 2.
tyres-
Someone's round. Someone is round. Who is that?
That's Wisey Boy in the
It's
other
Wisey Boy.
racing point.
Oh, I know.
Gets
And
himself
he's going to
off the
have to
track.
wait for everyone. That's a shame.
It could be a VSC. Nope, we're good.
No.
All clear.
Was Dan ahead of Rosa?
No, he wasn't. So he's made that
Rosa's...
move.
Well, Rosa's dropped off the back of
Struggling.
him, so I don't know what's happened there.
I'll have a look. I think we might see. I think Ross is carrying on. I think he's struggling for front end at the minute by the look of things.
Right, here we go. This is Dan's on the charge to Faxon, who is, well, let's just say he's not got much tyre grip left. He's going to try and hold it down the inside, but Dan sweeps round on the rubber. That is so much better. I don't know why Faxon's still out there.
He's going for the one stop to hards. That's the only strategy option that makes sense in
It's
going
just,
this long.
I think he's just losing so much time though. Yes and no.
I mean, if anything, he's still.
Yeah, he's still with
relatively
them.
speaking, with the leading pack. I mean, I think it's more the fact that it's just hard to overtake here, but. Yeah, and in the midst of all of that, Slater has joined back, so we might see.
Oh, that looks like Roland's round. Oh, Roland's round on Roland curve. No, he does not like that corner.
No. He's still going up, no damage, so then he'll likely be able to get himself back in the race if there is a safety car.
Just got to be careful after you spin it. I went similar around there yesterday. Otherwise, it's going to end in tears. So it'll be interesting to see as Faxon eventually comes in, which has put Rosa under pressure from two spell. Both will have DRS. It'll be interesting to see if Thomas can close that gap to the other Thomas in front of him.
Certainly will. So Faxon is in, and it is for the hard tyre.
It is for the hard tyres. Rosa makes the move. No, he doesn't. Sorry. Neil makes the move down the inside of Ethan in the Renault, and he's on his way. So it's strange. Thomas seems to catch the back of Arbar at this point, and then sort of gets close, but
That's dirty airish by the sound of things. Yeah.
And Jamie's got past
Jamie and Mark.
Jamie from the outside. Oh, 2-1 in that corner never goes. Someone's going to have to yield, and no one did.
That one looks a bit of his elbows are out. And well, there's always only ever going to be one coming out of that corner.
Yep, there's always going to end up in tears.
Yeah.
So they're all lapping. Top four, particularly lapping about the same-ish pace.
By the look of things, yeah. I think the fastest man out there is Thomas at the moment. Mercedes Thomas, that is. But he just can't find a way past.
No, he gets close out of... I think he gets such a good run out of turn 2 that he's close to getting exactly the same position every lap. And then you can't... There's no way for overtaking. I can see why people don't like this track, but it's a track of patience.
It is. It is one of my favourites personally. I know a lot of people aren't a fan of the Hungaroring, but no, I do. I like it quite a lot. Turn 4 especially, actually. Again, I know it's not a popular opinion.
No. Hey, it's an opinion, mate. You're entitled to it, of course.
Yeah.
So we've got a gap. I've just seen. Gap has developed, so we have a top 9 as such.
Yes, and Fallen's holding people off a little bit. It's more a case we've got a top 3 or 4.
Now I'm expecting that gap to come down and Dynamo to be attacking Racer a little bit more, as I think we're starting to get to the transition as there's a move for the lead, which I've just nearly missed.
Still side by side. There's also a move, possibly for P5. I'll keep you updated on.
And Thomas gets his elbows out and has got past the Williams of Arbar. So now we get to see the true pace of the Mercedes. And let's see if Arbar can stick with him. These two quite comfortable out in front compared to everyone else. Seem to have the edge. Thomas and Dan seem to be lapping about the same, and the same as the Wizard as well. Is it an overcut or undercut kind of track?
Overcut, actually. It depends though. If someone wanted to go now to hard tyres, it's the undercut at this point. But if you wait one lap longer, yeah, it will depend on the circumstance, but we'll work it out on the fly. I'm sure we'll be able to manage.
Thomas, there you go. Gets out front, pumps in fast lap.
And speaking of, Rosa coming in
early
for the probable undercut.
I would say that's a little early. Oh, we got a sector 2 yellow flag, and that's Wisey Boy.
Yep, in the wall at turn 4.
Safety car.
Safety car. And
now,
this could be brilliant for Ethan, who's just pitted for the hard tyre.
Yep. So he's come out. Did the other two guys behind stop? No, they both stayed out. So Ethan stopped on the hards.
We'll be able to make it to the end.
This will help Factons a lot. So safety guys waiting, they can go past. So these guys are all going to be under Delta still. Now then, the hard guys are going to be in a bit of a predicament, I feel.
I think you stay out, I think. Get track position. Because you're going to have so much more pace on the mediums.
I was just talking about it as well. Driver on the safety car for Profodus. And Dracer picked up 3 seconds. That is my biggest bugbear.
Race leader does pit, followed by Arbar. Thomas in third place, trying to keep his delta down, lost some time.
Yep, Thomas is in, Dan's in. The Wizards goes in. I think everyone is going to stop. I will have a look.
First man where we can see it stack is going to be Lewis in 7.
Well, let's see what it's like in there. It's a bit hectic. Thomas has managed to get going. He had to wait a little bit, but not too bad.
Yep,
Be interesting to see where Ethan comes out. Drive through for Roland again under safety car. Oh dear, oh dear. So Ethan's got himself. Delta. So Ethan's got himself up to 8th.
Yeah, so he's net held actually.
Yeah, he's about where he was. Actually, they all seem to be about where he was. Jamie's jumped a few guys. He's jumped Lewis and he's jumped Faxon.
Ethan has actually leapfrogged Suspel.
Yes, he has.
In those stops, so that undercut works for him.
Tracer, fun have gone to mediums.
You might be able to make them last. To be fair to him, he might be able to do that. He's not harsh on his tyres, so
no.
He's not going to be attacking.
So the familiar characters of Tier 2 are, fun enough, at the front. It's Don Ammo, followed by Thomas and Arbar. Don Ammo hasn't stopped yet. Thomas and Arbar obviously stopped and come out on fresh hard tyres, which they get with their allocation.
Yes.
I think it's more of a level playing field compared to the one that's came out on lap 18, because the hard I'm not going to lie, struggled to warm up yesterday. Whilst everyone else was on mediums. It was not a pleasant experience, having 9 guys behind your fresh mediums with a little bit of temperature in them. No. It was like sharks, all circling around.
Let's see what we've got. All the guys in Rugby have got to the end, apart from Donamo, Fallen, Mark, maybe Dracer and Perfodas. We'll have to wait and see on that. Everyone else will be able to go to the end on those hards.
Yep, so as you said, Donamo, Fallen and Mark need to stop.
Yep. The deeper we go into this safety car period though now, the more it benefits those guys that stayed out.
Yes, will they go then to mediums?
They should, yes.
And absolutely pummel the life out of the mediums because they've got less laps to survive on them, or do they try and stretch it and use the softs? This is the whole track position issue when they come out.
Yeah, you'd be better off going to mediums, I think, at around lap 18 if I was them.
But they're going to have to come back through, haven't they? That's the problem. We've only got really one anyway. Unless they stay out and then try and do it that way, because there will be little pockets of people.
Yes, there will. We'll wait and see what happens. I can't see the one stop working to softs. I mean, I can't see that working from here. They won't have the time or the grip to get back in the pack and through the field.
So safety car is in this lap. The man we're going to have a look on the move, as people have pointed out in the chat, is Slater, because obviously he was up with the guys, wasn't he? And unfortunately had disconnect. So
got a ride on board with Dracer for the restart. The only man not on the hard tyre at the moment.
Everyone's swapping positions by the looks of things. Dynamo has gone just before the last corner. So we are away on the greens again.
Safety car line just before the final corner. Dracer, I think, got a touch from Crowan behind him.
Yep.
He did.
And everyone is safely through. They've just got to be careful this first lap. Slightly colder temps if they've not warmed up properly. Turn 4 with, okay, fuel isn't as heavy, but could still be an issue.
There's the first one for Slater already, past Crowan into P15.
So the man on the move, will Dracer also make movements these first couple of laps under the safety car? We've got ourselves a little buffer already, we spoke about that. Fallen is 4th, he's already dropped outside, providing good support to his teammate actually, if he continues to stay there.
Yeah, we know about that platform to attack the leaders.
The guys behind him just got to be patient.
Yeah, Donamo now, of course, the man in control. If he can keep Thomas behind him, start to burn up those hard tyres.
Yep. Also looks like Mark is under the cosh as well.
Yeah, there's a fair queue behind him at the moment.
Chomping at the bit.
Seems to be struggling with front end grip.
Oh, Thomas takes that wider line again. Oh, we've got movements. Wizards is dropping places left, right, centre. He's got front wing damage. That is why Dan's dropped to 11th.
Those two haven't come together again, have they?
Oh, not again. I hope not. I would have heard it out front. Donamo has lost the lead and then lost to second as well. They've dispatched of him, but he sends it down the inside. He's going to push Arbar all the way out to the grass. These two have got to be careful, give each other the room. Oh, Arbar gets massively out of shape. I think they touched. I wouldn't be surprised.
A little bit of contact, but both seem to have come out of it okay.
Charlie and Dan are side by side, all contact, I think.
Bit of a nudge there from Dan, but Charlie's okay.
Lewis has got damage by the looks of things as well in P12. He's trying to hold off Dracer, who's trying to charge through on those mediums.
Yeah, and
Rosa's
round. Exit of the chicane.
Where's he lost that?
On the exit of the chicane, I don't know if he got a touch or what, but the wing's gone.
The wing has gone.
So Rosa, assuming he has it, he will
have
his second set. Yeah, second set of mediums ready for Rosa.
There's also a bit of I saw a shell thing there. There's a bit, yeah, the bit of alpha end plate that's come off as well. Jamie's got damage.
Okay, that will be from Ethan's incident, I think.
It was.
So, oh no, Jamie's end plates are intact.
No, it's not. Right, left-hand side's gone, mate. On my screen.
For me, it hasn't.
Oh, he's knee putting the wall. Oh, scared the absolute life out of me. The green again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thomas has put a gap out. We shall look to Charlie and Dan. There they are. They're side by side. Still side by side. Rome's been disqualified from the session.
Ignoring his drive-through penalty.
Oh, Dan, switch back underneath. Get the elbows out again to Charlie. These two are giving each other just enough room, maybe, depending on how you view it. And Thomas has checked out already. Arbar is being held up by Don Ammo, an absolute treat.
Then Big Slater's managed to get himself past Dracer in that melee at the chicane before. Nice contact between the three of them. That's Lewis, Slater and Dracer all with contact there. I think Slater and Dracer got damage.
Yeah, Lewis's damage has got worse. You can see front right, look at that. Hardly any bit left.
I think we might see all three of these guys pit now, but Dracer, of course, that will compromise his strategy immensely.
Yep.
See Lewis coming in, and the other two are carrying on.
That is a shame. And Arbar has sent it down the inside with the use of DRS. Has finally got past Dynamo, but is that too little too late? Thomas has got a 3.3 second gap, so even if Thomas picks up a penalty, he still has plenty of wiggle room, just about, as Lewis has come in.
Just having a look at the gaps now. If Dynamo was to stop now, he would come out in P13, just ahead of Mark and behind Crowan.
Yep. That's a good point. Someone else has raised in the chat about Rowan. He's probably forgot that he had a second one.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
So, what is Slater going to do? Man on the charge. He's 2.5 seconds back. Jamie picks up a 3-second time penalty for his troubles. He's got front wing damage. And his kind of damage limitation has not been the most fortunate race for him. Obviously had that early disconnect and is currently sitting 9th, but has managed to fought his way up to this position, and he is coming in. So this will be for mediums, I believe. This releases Dracer, who is under pressure from Tennis Freak.
Crucially, he will have DRS to defend with.
And Mark's just pumped in the fastest lap of the race.
Medium tyres for Mark.
Oh, there we go. 3 seconds for Thomas.
Ooh, at the minute, it's not going to affect him too badly. Any time from now, Robert, for mediums.
Oh, I think Fulham's got out of shape because Thomas has managed to pass him through turn 5. Interesting position. So Thomas has been released. Faxland is just dropping off the back of these.
Done right in the gearbox of that Haas.
Pushing him forward. Faxland has got very little ERS, which is strange, running high through sector 2.
Yep, I think we'll see Dan make a move for P6 down the main straight here. The other move we might see is Tennis Freak going to take P9 off Dracer.
There you go, Faxon goes to the inside. In overtake, he's got no ERS left. Dan's going to go to the outside. Bit of contact, bit of wheel banging. And goes round the outside of Faxon and gets that move done. Charlie is the next man to catch the Haas.
Tennis Freak couldn't quite make it into turn 1 and then lost a little bit of traction on the exit of turn 1 rather. So lost the drive for turn 2.
Slater goes past to Spell. That was quite an easy move. Let's jump back because this is the closest battle on track. It is Tennis Freak and Dracer. I say that.
Charlie and Vaxland ghosting in between each other.
Interesting.
Yeah,
and
Charlie's connection doesn't look great here.
Yeah, it was fine early on. It's now just absolutely given up.
Catatonic, I think is the word.
So the big question is, how long is it going to be before Fallen and Don Ammo pit?
Faxon loses it on the exit of turn 1.
I was just watching his...
catch it, but he's dropped away.
I was just seeing if his teammate could defend from Tennis Freak, and he has done. Big Slater has got fast lap. Dan's picked up 3 seconds. There's a few people, I think, got a few out there. Very close to.
I'll check the race director, see how we're getting on. So Thomas in the lead has 3 seconds. Slater down around the outside of Lewis into turn 3.
Charlie's picked up one. We got a yellow flag, and that looks like Lewis. Oh, I've absolutely pressed the wrong one there. Lewis seems to be off. No front wing damage.
No, he was battling with Slater into turn 3. And I think similar to an incident between Chris and Neles here 3 or 4 seasons ago, he got spun round by a tap at the front when they were going side by side.
We didn't have to wait long, Danny. They're both in.
Quite a late call, I think. We've waited a while for it.
So we're going to have a battle here for P4 by the looks of things. Dracer and Tennis Freak, Danny, sorry to cut you off. We're going to have possibly 3 going into the same corner. Crone has got the front row seats of the house, ready to pounce whenever.
Crone in P9, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Great drive so far from him. Both cars at the front have 3 seconds.
Okay, good. So we're even Stevens.
Thomas in P3 is clean.
Good.
Dan has 2 penalties. Charlie has 3 seconds. Faxland is clean.
So Dan's probably going to drop a couple places, but be interesting because Dracer seems to be struggling, and he's going to.
He's got front wing damage, I think. From,
yes, he has on the left-hand side. We've got a Renault round, and I think it's
Rosa again.
No front wing damage, so we shall move on.
Not a happy bunny at the moment.
No, seems to be in the same place as well.
Tennis Freak, the closest he's ever been.
Yep.
Keeps hitting that curb on the exit of turn 1, though it's going to really compromise his exit.
Because it means he's so far behind him for turn 3, which... Sorry, turn 2.
Yeah. Information from Jacobson. Slater's had scrub mediums put on the car.
Thank you very much. That is important info, actually. So probably explains why. Oh, so he's coming really to put. Exploded. So he's 13th. Sorry, it's 13 laps even. Thomas has picked up a penalty. So is that now even?
The top 3 are even. Yes. The next man with nothing is Faxland. He's only had 1 warning so far.
And Faxland's just dropped off the back of Charlie at the moment. So once again, we are sitting here watching a Tier 2 midfield battle.
Yes,
not
to see it.
Not uncommon this season. It has been hotly contested, and Charlie seems to be at the moment quicker
Here we
than
go
Dan.
from Tennis Freak. He's going to go for it into turn 1. Sticks
will.
it down the inside of the Haas. He's going to have to get his elbows out.
Yep.
But he does so.
It does. Still some life left on those mediums. Just about. He's going to send it.
Go back down the inside. There's some contact there. Bottas-esque. Oh, and he's held it round the outside. He's gone for it and he's held it. Great move from Dreiser to take that position back.
And he's held it through turn 4 beautifully.
Yeah. Tennis Freak, his lack of recent racing coming to bear there. Couldn't close that move out, but now they've got a train behind them that's brought Mark and Don Ammo back into the mix.
Yeah, these guys now 5 seconds off the top 6. And it's Don Ammo and Fallen the ones that are going to be trying to catch up to these guys. In fact, Don Ammo's going to go for a move. Very late. Oh, he's hit the back of the Alpha.
Crowan, no!
No! Oh, he slowed down to let Mark through, but it's heartbreak for Crowan. He was opportunistic. The move for Mark was there, but he braked just a touch too late, and unfortunately he's hit the back of
Crowan's
Crowan,
Alpha.
and Tennis Freak has finally... Wait, we'll wait for him to come round. Yes, he has. He's finally got past.
Yeah.
So
Is that Dan getting ahead of Charlie, or is that Charlie?
No, Dan's still ahead of Charlie, but those two sort of... They were 4.2 seconds behind Thomas. They're now back within 4 seconds, and more importantly for Dan's race in particular, they're putting away from Faxon, these two.
Yeah. So at the moment, Dan is going to be dropping to P6. Yes, P6.
Just. But
if Tennis Freak can get within 2 seconds of Faxland, then he would drop behind him as well.
Yeah. But we'll see how it goes. Still a long way to go.
There is. Gap at the front is 6.2 seconds between Thomas in the lead and Arbar in second place.
We'll just have a look to see what Thomas is doing. Oh, ERS saving. Well, loads of ERS. Just comfortable. We saw this a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? Was it Silverstone?
It might have been, yeah. Yeah, once he gets out front, it's only a mistake that's going to pull him back.
Just showing he's a little bit more experienced that he's got. One of the Season 1 veterans of this league, considering we're now in Season 5.
Indeed.
I'm glad that makes him feel...
There's 3 of them in here.
Oh, Mark has lost out on 2 positions. I think Drasu was defending hard there, and Mark tried to get past, so it's Drasu holding on and has lost the back of Tennis Freak, actually.
Yeah, he has. 1.5 seconds now, the gap between them. Don Almo looks at it down the inside of the chicane, needs to be careful there.
Oh, lovely helicopter view to watch these 3 batter away. Sector 2. Oh, Dan's lost it.
At Stumpy corner.
Oh,
Stumpy rather.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Is he going to be able to keep Tennis Freak at bay?
Yeah.
He's going to go deep, and Tennis Freak gets to switch back underneath. He's got wing damage as well. He's going to have to stop. He's going to have to stop.
Oh, Don Ammo's knee chopped his own wing off. Front wings are becoming a lucrative item at the moment. Everyone seems to wanting to chop theirs off with other drivers or barriers.
Stumpy swing is the proposed name for that corner. If anyone has any other suggestions?
Oh, Dono sends it. Oh, that was quite aggressive. Down the inside.
Ricky, Stumpy lost it there 4 times in a practice race, and Tichy lost it there yesterday in Tier 3 race. Don
Ammo being aggressive. He's trying to get these places back. He knows he needs to be near the front. Charlie in a very good position. It's not often we've seen him near the front this season, but he's in a very good position. 4th place at the moment.
showing the face as to why he was originally a Tier 1 driver.
Indeed. I completely forgot about that. The tables have turned. You provided stats this week.
Well, not stats really, is it? It's
just knowledge. Just knowledge.
Gotta get that knowledge. We've got Stumpy Sling and Stumpy Slip.
I like the sling. Reminds me of the Singapore sling.
Yeah, I'd like to put Stumpy Slide in. Sounds more like a dance move than a corner, but you know.
Meanwhile, Mark tries to go around the outside. Dracer's going to squeeze him to the curb, as he's entitled to.
DRS should be the game changer here.
They're still side by side, and they're still battling for it. Oh, Dracer on the grass. He's nearly lost it, so Fallen's going to pick up a great run. Here we go. Side by side. Oh, this is going to be side by side through turn 4. It's not going to end particularly very well. They've both made it through.
Fair play.
Everyone holds their breath there for a second.
Hunting down Tennis Freak.
Yes, I think that is the right word, hunt.
Yeah, look at him. That Renault, it's like an angry wasp.
Cue the Jaws music. Dun, dun.
I'll start now, and then we might have got passed down the main straight. Do 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 do
and he pulls to the outside on the DRS, and he's got him. You would think.
Yeah, that'll be moved on. He'll have DRS again to escape.
Fallen's got the move done on Dracer. I think Dracer's medium tyres are struggling just a touch.
So I think the chat is decided on it being called the Stumpy Sling, and the manoeuvre of spinning there is the Stumpy Slide.
It is. Meanwhile, Lewis and Neil are going side by side, and Racer gets the move done.
Good move from Lewis. Got some nice clean air in front of him to push into.
You know what, I'm looking forward to this. I can see the future battle that's going to happen, and it's between these two currently on screen and someone that's probably driving very angry at this point behind them. It's going to get tasty,
yes,
so to speak.
And it's Dan and Two Spell again coming together on track. Let's see what happens. We're going to get some fireworks. I'm going to stick with Don Armo because he's the man on the move.
Yep.
Next one up for him is Faxland.
Yep, I'm going to keep an eye on Jay because Jamie is the next one on the hit list that Trace is going to have to try and defend from, and I think it's going to be pretty routine, this one. DRS down the main straight, tucks to the inside with the slightly fresher tyres and makes it through. Dracer at the moment struggling with those medium tyres and that front wing damage that he's had. Been in the wars, unfortunately. In fact,
Dan has made it past Two Spell down the main straight. Straight through.
Wow, that was anticlimactic.
Slater's pitted for softs, so he's going to be trying to deny the fastest lap, which is currently himself.
Yeah, why not? Just to ensure it, I suppose.
Yep. Don Armo is within DRS of Faxland.
Yes, he is. I don't feel like the Tier 2 guys have utilised the DRS a little bit better than us yesterday.
I'll be honest, I never got to use it.
Okay, fair enough.
I was never either... Well, the only time I was close enough behind someone to use it was either under a safety car or before it was active.
I just want to say, 68 viewers in the stream. Thanks, guys. Thanks for everyone being here. It has been
fantastic.
Yeah, it's been an interesting race actually. As Don Armo he should have the inside line. He's going to force Faxon out.
And when you've seen the end of that move, we've got Dan lining up Lewis.
Yep.
Coming out of the final corner. DRS opens. Mode 4. Overtake mode. Lewis doesn't even fight it. Dan's through.
Lewis hasn't got any ERS left. That'd be why. Stuck it in overtake. Wasn't giving anything. It was just coughing down the straight.
Trying to put some more power in there.
So I reckon Two Spell's going to come back at Lewis at some point. That'll be.
I don't know. To be honest, I don't think you count on those tyres.
I think the hards would be alright. I think the mediums, it's going to be close actually.
They're getting towards the end of their effective period, but I'm just not sure.
As Dracer came in, he wants to have a go as well at fastest lap. Slater does in fact set the fastest lap of a 17.2, I believe. I will just check. There it is, 17.2.
Listening, Andreas, 17.2 is your target time. The
Good luck.
gauntlet has been thrown down.
Good luck, sir. So Don
and Fallen and Mark still quite close together.
Yes, and actually 6th downwards could get quite interesting. The last couple of laps, 6th to 9th. Tennis Freak on those fresher, I say fresher hards. There's not much left of them at this point. And Mark possibly now starting to struggle on those mediums, but is about holding station. Oh, the next one on the list. Rosa wants to have a go.
Oh,
they all want to have a go.
Fastest lap's going to be interesting. Tennis Freak, the next man to have a go at Faxland.
Yep.
Fallen's closing in on Mark as well, and I think he might have a go before the end of this race.
Oh, 3 seconds for Dan, but I don't think he's going to care at this point. He's going to drive the nuts off that Red Bull. Try and catch up to the people in front. We, as you said, Fallen and Mark, Tennis Freak and Faxland.
Fallen not great through sector 3. He's dropped outside of DRS range.
But he's got back up again.
He's not going to have it though.
Oh,
and Lewis, I think, has done the stumpy slide.
Yes, he has.
He's caught it though.
Front wing still intact. Big moves out in front. Arbar is now under 8 seconds.
Oh, go on, lad.
Big moves.
Right, I'm gonna check the race. I'll check the race director, see what we got.
Thank you very much.
So then, Thomas at the front, our race leader, currently on 1 penalty and 1 warning. Arbar, 1 penalty, no warnings. Ferrari Thomas, 1 penalty, 1 warning, and Charlie, 1 penalty, 2 warnings.
I was going to say, if it was no penalties, it was going to get very interesting.
Don Ammo, 2 warnings, no penalties.
He's 7 seconds behind though, and we've got 2 laps left.
I've seen stranger things happen.
Yes, we have, and
to be honest with you,
Tennis Freak is still behind Faxland, and Mark has now joined the party.
Let's have a look. Let's check the penalties for these guys as well.
Jamie's come in as Tennis Freak goes around the outside. Yes, he does. Get the moves done.
Faxland has no penalties, 2 warnings.
Oh, it
Tennis
has.
Freak.
It's a quali session.
Yeah. Tennis Freak has a penalty. So Faxland just needs to stay in touch. Mark is also clean, so he will have Tennis Freak as well on penalties. Fallen. He's 1 warning away.
Jordan was right, it has turned into a quality session. Jamie and Dan, I think, both had penalties and knew maybe points off the
Crowan
table.
has a penalty, and the Wizard only has 1 warning.
So Crowan is hanging on to that last point. As we still got this. Well, it was a 3-way battle, it's now a 4-way battle. Fallen's now managed to join the back of these guys as Thomas has entered the last lap. We've not seen much of him, but there he is, leading away. But I'm going to have to jump back to Faxland and Co for the time being, as Fallen has got a good run. He's pushing Mark through. Mark's going to have DRS, which is going to help him. Nothing doing at the moment. Oh, Faxon's run deep. Here we go.
There. Looked like a nudge there from Marva. Fallen's going to try and take them both. It's Hacken and Schumacher and was it Mikasalo or Ricardo Rizonta, wasn't it?
Yep. Oh, he's got
Fallen.
This is going
for it into turn 4. Round the outside of turn 4 for Fallen. Great overtake.
Oh, I got very scared very quickly. As we're going to cut away to our race leader. Once again, a quite dominant performance from Thomas, as we come to expect. He rounds the final corner and wins the Hungarian Grand Prix. Nagyo Magadic.
We'll just wait a minute for Arbar to finish.
Yep.
And then a little bit longer for Thomas.
Don Amo's spun at the end. Charlie, what are you going to do? Charlie's weaving, he's happy. That's 4th place for Charlie. A great result.
Yeah, Don Amo's thrown away a good result there.
And Tennis Freak has made it. He's currently 5th. Marks jumps up to 5th place in the end. Fallen's down there. Don Amo is limping around slowly. Let's see.
I think he's run out of fuel.
He has run out of fuel.
Maybe. No, he just broke. He's letting Crowan
back through from earlier. Oh, it's not worked. And Neil's just missed out.
Yeah, for the sportsmanship.
Neil's just missed out on a point by half a second, and Dracer and Lewis swap positions. And Dan is the last one to cross the line on the lead lap.
Great stuff there from Tier 2. Votes in the chat, please, everybody.
We have one already.
For your driver of the day.
So it's going to have to be another Mercedes we're going to have to show. Again. But has returned to the top step with, as I said, quite frankly, a dominant performance. So, Thomas is your race winner. Then we got Arbar. And Ferrari Thomas, he'll be happy with that result. That is a podium for him. Charlie, good result from Chai, 4th place, back to where he kind of was when he was in Tier 1. Mark 5th, Tennis Freak on his debut return, 6th place. Faxon 7th, Fallen, Don Amo and Crowan are your other point scorers. Then we had Two Spell, Dracer, and then it was Racer, Jamie, Dan Robo, Rosa and Big Slayer, who all wanted to have a quality session at the end, and Wisey Boy, the last of the, well, our only DNF, and then unfortunately Profolus
DSQ,
a controversial and weird DSQ. I'm sure that'll be getting looked at some point.
I would say so. I shall invite our podium trio.
I shall go and find the wonderful car Thomas was driving in.
How about Thomas and Thomas, right? Both Thomases?
Yes, it was.
Okie dokie, we'll get them in.
I'm going to say it on stream, I don't mind. I'm absolutely sweating in this room without a fan.
See, I'm alright, I've had the fan on the whole time.
There's a heat wave in the UK at the moment.
There is, it's rather hot.
Thomas has joined. Arbar is here. I don't know if other Thomas would join us. Typically very shy.
Shy. This is normally when I do my plugs, isn't it? So we'll crack on. So, if you've enjoyed yourself tonight and you want to see some more from Contest of Speed, you can do so throughout the week. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, depending on where you are in the world, and Friday. You can tune in to watch Contest of Speed races on this Twitch channel. If, however, you want even more, you can head over to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Contest of Speed, and watch back any of our previous races and relive some of those fantastic moments. If you want to support us, you can do. Make sure you hit the follow button, as the Red-Eyed Jedi has just done. Thank you very much for that.
That's a great name.
It is. You can do that on Twitch. You can subscribe as well if you're feeling very generous. You can do the same on YouTube. And if you're feeling particularly cos fanatical, you can buy some of our merch at contestofspeed.live/merch.
Let's have a scroll through.
So, is everybody here? We've got 2 of them.
I think we will. I think we should get it started, Danny.
I think so too. Thank you for following Han Fox. So, we'll start with second place. Arbor.
Hello.
Hello. How are you, sir?
Feeling pretty good. I'm really happy with the result overall. Fairly uninteresting drive after getting passed by Thomas. I kind of just watched him run away into the sunset and then did my own thing for the rest of the race.
So that's what it looked like, to be honest with you. You two got very little airtime after about lap 10.
Well, and even after the safety car, when we were all bunched up, we had 2 guys behind us on older hards, so I had a feeling we were just gonna leave for the rest of the race.
Yeah, like I said, you both just... I haven't got a lot to ask you, to be brutally honest, because it was very little that we saw of you. Yeah, I mean, at the restart, did you think you could hold him off or get back past him at any point? Or was it a case of, I've just got to try and stay with him if I can?
You know, I had some hope when he was behind me and I was defending him, because I have a really bad first sector here, so I wasn't too surprised he was gaining on me through turn 2 and 3 a lot. But then he passed me and pulled out 1.5 seconds on the rest of the lap, and I just kind of was I guess I'll just drive in second, it's fine.
So I'm sure at some point we'll see you on the top step at Tier 2. I'm sure we will. One day we will do. But congratulations, man, well done.
Oh, thanks, bud.
Thomas!
Yes.
Been a while, man.
Oh yeah, man. It was quite a relaxing race, to be honest. It was sort of a struggle to get past Arbar, but yeah, after that it was quite a comfort race, a little bit tricky with the safety car, but at the end all good. So yeah, no stress.
Good stuff.
Just a chill out kind of race, wasn't it? Really, at least.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the start. We saw you get past Faxlands. We saw the restart, and that was about it, to be honest.
Yeah, it was not my best qualifying, but still happy. And after that, yeah, getting past Foxland there was crucial to sort of get closest to Arbar at the end of the stint. And after I got past and the safety came out, I just knew instantly that going on to the hard would bring me to the end. So yeah, after that it was just with Dynamo in front of me, needed to get past. After that it was just a case of driving at home, making no mistakes, which is quite difficult, to be honest. All those laps trying to stay concentrated, try to not make a mistake. But at the end, happy not a safety car came out to ruin my race, as it did the last 2 weeks. And yeah, after that, happy to be back on the top step again and seeing that Mercedes on the stream again.
See, I'm not streaming tonight, so I don't have to look at it.
Sure, I don't mind looking at him.
Yeah. So as long as Matt's streaming, you can finish first as much as you want. But yeah, as always, a great drive, mate. Well done on P1.
Thank you very much.
I'm sure we'll see you again soon. I mean, Have
Yeah,
you missed
hopefully.
out on a podium finish this year yet?
Yeah, at Baku, I finished 4th, and that's it. Otherwise, I finished either 1st or 2nd. So, yeah, steady season.
Yeah. Right. Good luck at Monza.
Yeah, I will need it because that's a slipstream fest, and Mercedes is not very welcome there. So hopefully we get the better over Ferrari.
Well, I'd like to wish you luck, but I hope they don't win.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Driver of the day votes. That's goes to Charlie. Charlie's got it.
A few honourable mentions. Fallen's double overtake and Arbar for a good result.
Faxon as well
For
for
the
making
season
that
and
strategy
Faxon's.
It's so close to working.
Apparently
but-
this Thomas guy as well, but I've not heard of it.
No, I haven't heard of him either.
Nah, just forget about him.
Yeah.
Don't know who he is.
But, I think that'll do us then for this
Yeah, it will.
week. Unless anyone else got anything to say. Arbar's gone. That'll do it.
That'll do it.
Thank you all very much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed the show. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow night for Tier 1. The fastest guys we've got available do battle around these Hungarian corners. We'll be back next Tuesday for Tier 2 live from Monza. Until then, thank you all again very much for watching. Good night.